Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck. This is your captain's, your co-pilot speaking. A very warm welcome on board this Lufthansa Airbus A320-200 service from Paris to Munich. Me and my captain will be taking you across Europe to Munich this evening. Our flight time is going to be approximately just over an hour. We're just, we're just around almost halfway boarding, and we should be pushing back in around 20 minutes. Weather en route looks generally good, with only a few areas of light turbulence expected during the climb, and arrival weather in Dubai is clear with temperatures of around 25 degrees Celsius. In the meantime, please make yourselves comfortable and we'll be on our way shortly. Thank you for choosing to fly with Lufthansa today, and I'll probably be making this announcement after we've just completed boarding. Thank you.
Airbus 233 looking to pick up our clearance to Munich.
Airbus 233 de Gaulle delivery, expect runway 09 right, land 6 GK departure, initial climb to flight level 060, squawk 1000.
Land 6 GK departure, squawk 1000, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233 read correct. Contact ground 121.61 when ready for push or start.
Will contact ground 121.61 when ready for pushback or engine start. Airbus 233, bye bye, thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, a very good afternoon to you. This is your co-pilot speaking. A very warm welcome on board this Lufthansa Airbus A320 service.
Air France 74 X-ray Juliet, taxi via Zulu 7 Kilo 7, hold short of runway 09 right. Taxi via Zulu 7 Kilo.
With a service from Paris and Munich, very sorry for that, just agency talking to us. Our flight time today is approximately going to be around just over an hour, and we're just finishing some final operations on the flight deck and expect to be pushing back right away in a couple of minutes. Weather en route looks generally good, with only a few areas of flight turbulence expected during the climb, and arrival weather in Dubai is clear with temperatures of around 30 degrees plus, with around 25 degrees plus Celsius. In the meantime, please make yourselves comfortable, and we'll be on our way shortly. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and the cabin crew will shortly be demonstrating a very important safety briefing of the aircraft. Thank you.
Airbus 233, gate X-ray 4, request pushback and engine start.
Airbus 233, decal ground, pushback approved. Face northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest. Airbus 233.
Scandinavian 839, taxi via Zulu 7 Kilo 7, hold short of runway 09 right.
Taxi via Zulu 7 Kilo 7, hold short of runway 09 right, Scandinavian 839.
Airbus 233, taxi for departure.
Airbus 233, taxi to holding point Delta 2, runway 09 right, via Alpha, Mike Delta 1 Delta, Delta Yankee, Bravo Delta 5 Delta.
Taxi to holding point Delta 2, runway 09 right, via Alpha, Mike Delta 1, Delta Yankee, Bravo Delta 5, Delta, Airbus 233.
Scandinavian 839 via Alpha 3 cross runway 09 right, taxi to ramp Golf 20 via Kilo 7 Quebec 3 Quebec Bravo 2 Foxtrot Golf 2.
Via Alpha 3 cross runway 09 right, taxi to ramp Golf 20 via Kilo 7 Quebec 3 Quebec Bravo 2 Foxtrot Golf 2 Scandinavian 839.
Bulgari 5294, taxi via Zulu 7 Kilo 7, hold short of runway 09 right.
Taxi via Zulu 7 Kilo 7, holding short of runway 09 right, Bulgari 5294.
Bulgari 5294 via Alpha 3 cross runway 09 right, taxi to ramp Quebec 14 via Kilo 7 Quebec 3 Quebec Bravo 2 Foxtrot Alpha 4.
Via Alpha 3 cross runway 09 right, taxi to ramp Quebec 14 via Kilo 7 Quebec 3 Quebec Bravo 2 Foxtrot Alpha 4 Bulgari 5294.
Airbus 233, contact De Gaulle Tower 119.25.
Contact Tower 119.25, Airbus 233. Have a good evening.
All aircraft be advised, information November now current, QNH1015.
Airbus 233 ready for departure, runway 09 right.
Airbus 233, backtrack runway 09 right. Call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 09 right, call when ready Airbus 233. Airbus 233 ready for departure, runway 09 right.
Airbus 233, De Gaulle Tower, wind 050 degrees, 8 knots, runway 09 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 09 right, cleared for takeoff, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, contact De Gaulle departure 124.355.
Contact De Gaulle departure 124.355 Airbus 233. De Gaulle departure Airbus 233, 2,000 feet.
Airbus 233 De Gaulle departure identified. Climb to flight level 160.
Climb to flight level 160 Airbus 233.
Croatia 71 Foxtrot, contact Paris Control 118.05.
Contact Paris Control 118.05, Croatia 71 Foxtrot, good day.
Lufthansa 1041, contact Paris Control 118.05, bye-bye.
Center on 118.05, Lufthansa 1041.
De Gaulle departure Air France 1766, 1600 feet. Air France 1766 De Gaulle departure identified. Climb to flight level 190. Climb to flight level 190 Air France 1766. France 7312, contact Paris Control 118.05.
Center on 118.05, Air France 7312.
De Gaulle departure, Air France 7466, 1700 feet.
Air France 7466, De Gaulle departure, good evening, identified, climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Air France 7466.
Airbus 233, contact Paris Control 118.05.
Center on 118.05, Airbus 233, bye-bye. Paris Control, Airbus 233, good evening, through flight level 133 for flight level 160 direct Lupham.
Airbus 233, Paris Control, good evening, identified, climb to flight level 330.
Climb to flight level 330, Airbus 233.
Alpine 87 Alpha Papa, contact Reims Control 128.3.
Contact Reims Control 128.3, Alpine 87 Alpha Papa, have a good evening.
Paris Control, Flex Europe 64 Juliet, flight level 410.
Flex Europe 64 Juliet, Paris Control, radar contact.
Paris Control, Air France 1766 to flight level 160 for flight level 190 direct Milan Villeroche.
Air France 1766, Paris Control, identified, climb to flight level 389.
Climb to flight level 389, Air France 1766.
Paris Control, Air France 7466. Good evening, crossing flight level 140 for flight level 170. Air France 7466, Paris Control, identified, climb to flight level 350. Climb to flight level 350, Air France 7466.
Paris Control, Ryanair 49 Yankee Juliet, flight level 360.
VNF 49 Yankee Juliet Paris Control identified.
Control Alpine 633 through flight level 140 for flight level 170.
Alpine 633, Paris Control, good evening, radar contact, climb to flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, Alpine 633.
Flex Europe 6 for Juliet, Paris Control, expect radar to November, runway 25.
Expect radar to November, runway 25, Flex Europe 6 for Juliet.
France Sol L3422, contact Reims Control 128.3, bye-bye.
Contact Reims Control 128.3, France Solo 3422, have a good evening.
Air France 82 Victor Uniform, contact de Gaulle approach 125.83.
Contact de Gaulle approach 125.83, Air France 82 Victor Uniform.
Lufthansa 1041, contact Paris Control 126.475, have a good evening.
Contact Paris Control 126.475, Lufthansa 1041, have a good evening.
Sol L3650, contact Reims Control 128.3.
Contact Reims Control 128.3, France Solo 3650.
Baltic 115 Yankee, contact Paris Control 125.7.
Center on 125.7 at Baltic 115 Yankee, bye-bye.
Croatia 71 Foxtrot, contact Reims Control 128.3.
Contact Reims Control 128.3, Croatia 71 Foxtrot, have a good evening.
Baltic 53 Whiskey, contact Reims Control 128.3.
Contact Reims Control 128.3, Air Baltic 53 Whiskey, good day.
Easy 76 Mike Juliet, contact Reims Control 128.3.
Contact Reims Control 128.3, Easy 76 Mike Juliet. Paris Control, Air France 81 Bravo Yankee, flight level 233.
Air France 81 Bravo Yankee, Paris Control identified, climb to flight level 290.
Climb to flight level 290, Air France 81 Bravo Yankee.
Tomjet 228, contact Marseille Control 130.85, bye-bye.
Center on 130.85, Tomjet 228, good day.
Flex Europe 6 for Juliet, contact Rhines Control 128.3.
Center on 128.3, Flex Europe 6 for Juliet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Rocky 701 Alpha, Paris Control, expect Nisa 8 Romeo with the Nice Côte d'Azur transition, runway 22 right.
ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck we've now reached our cruising altitude of 33,000 feet and we're well on our way to Munich. Outside temperature is approximately negative 52 degrees Celsius and our ground speed is approximately just coming up to 500 knots. The ride ahead looks fairly smooth, although we may encounter occasional light turbulence as we continue across Europe. If that happens, we may briefly switch on the seatbelt sign on as a precaution. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy the service from our cabin crew, and I'll give you some more information just before I descend. Thank you.
Radar contact, climb to flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, Air France 59 Whiskey Romeo.
Ryanair 49 Yankee Juliet, contact Paris Control 126.475.
Center on 126.475, Ryanair 49 Yankee Juliet.
Airbus 233, contact Rhines Control 128.3.
Contact Rhines Control 128.3, Airbus 233. Rhines Control Airbus 233, good evening, flight level 330.
Airbus 233, Rhines Control, identified. Alpine 87 Alpha Papa, contact Marseille Control 120.85.
Center on 120.85, Alpine 87 Alpha Papa, bye-bye.
Control, Air France 7312, good evening, flight level 350.
Air France 7312, Reims Control, identified. France Solo 3422, contact Zurich radar 126.225.
Contact Zurich radar 126.225, France Solo 3422.
Solo 3650, contact Zurich radar 126.225, have a good evening.
Center on 126.225, France Solo 3650, have a good evening.
Easy 76 Mike Juliet, contact Marseille Control 124.5, good day.
Center on 124.5, Easy 76 Mike Juliet.
Croatia 71 Foxtrot, contact Zurich radar 126.225.
Center on 126.225, Croatia 71 Foxtrot.
Reims Control, Air France 1766, good evening, flight level 3900.
Air France 1766, Reims Control, radar contact.
Reims Control, hit Arrow 353, good evening, flight level 349.
Hit Arrow 353, Reims Control, identified. Tomjet 7 Lima Mike, contact London radar 127.6.
Contact London radar 127.6, Tomjet 7 Lima Mike.
Control, EC31 November Lima, flight level 370.
Easy 31 November Lima, Reims Control, identified. Contact Geneva radar 125.55.
Center on 125.55, flex Europe 64 Juliet.
Air Baltic 53 Whiskey, Rhymes Control, expect details 1 Alpha, runway 08 right.
Expect details 1 Alpha, runway 08 right, Air Baltic 53 Whiskey.
Air Baltic 53 Whiskey, contact London radar 127.6.
Contact London radar 127.6, Air Baltic 53 Whiskey.
Alpine 85 Juliet Zulu, Rhymes Control, expect Delta 3 Alpha, runway 36 right.
Expect Delta 3 Alpha, runway 36 right, Alpine 85 Juliet Zulu.
Alpine 85 Juliet Zulu, Delta 3 Alpha, runway 36 right. Report ready for descent.
Delta 3 Alpha, runway 36 right, ready for descent, Alpine 85 Juliet Zulu.
Alpine 85 Juliet Zulu, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Descend to 7,000 feet, Alpine 85 Juliet Zulu.
Airbus 233, Rhymes Control, expect Rocker 1 Alpha, runway 08 right. Airbus 233, Rhymes Control, expect Rocker 1 Alpha, runway 08 right. Airbus 233, Rhymes Control. Airbus 233, contact London radar 127.6.
Center on 127.6, Airbus 233. Long in radar, Airbus 233, flight level 330.
Airbus 233, London radar, identified.
London radar, Easy 64 Yankee Juliet, flight level 370.
Easy 64 Yankee Juliet, London radar, radar contact.
Expect SH Beta 5 Charlie with the Kissick transition runway 07 right, Swiss 4 Echo Tango.
Swiss 4 Echo Tango, SH Beta 5 Charlie with the Kissick transition runway 07 right. Report ready for descent.
SH Beta 5 Charlie with the Kissick transition runway 07 right, ready for descent, Swiss 4 Echo Tango.
Swiss 4 Echo Tango, descend to flight level 210.
Descend to flight level 210, Swiss 4 Echo Tango. Descend to flight level 160, Swiss 4 Echo Tango.
Airbus 233, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1016.
Descend to 5,000 feet, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, maintain 280 knots.
Maintain 280 knots, Airbus 233.
Ryanair 60 Romeo Lima Longman radar, expect the news for Mike, runway 12.
Expect the news for Mike, runway 12, Ryanair 60 Romeo Lima.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. We're just about to begin our descent. Yeah, so let's see what sun will be turned on very shortly. Thank you.
London radar, Synergy 2 Echo X-ray, flight level 370.
Synergy 2 Echo X-ray London radar identified. Sky travel 1 with TNT, London radar, expect Delco 1 kilo, runway 06.
Expect Delco 1 kilo, runway 06, sky travel 1 with TNT.
Easy 6 for Yankee Juliet, London radar, expect Rocker 1 Alpha, runway 08 right.
Expect Rocker 1 Alpha, runway 08 right, Easy 6 for Yankee Juliet.
Lufthansa 6 Alpha Alpha, contact Munich radar 120.65, have a good evening.
Center on 120.65, Lufthansa 6 Alpha Alpha.
Ryanair 49 Yankee Juliet, London radar, expect ADAP 1 Romeo, runway 06 right.
Expect ADAP 1 Romeo, runway 06 right, Ryanair 49 Yankee Juliet.
Rolling radar, Easy 97 Quebec November, flight level 388.
Easy 97 Quebec November, London radar, identified. Ryanair 60 Romeo Lima, contact Munich radar 120.65.
Centon 120.65, Ryanair 60 Romeo Lima.
Sky travel 1 with Yankee, Galco 1 kilo, runway 06. Report ready for descent.
Galco 1 kilo, runway 06, ready for descent, sky travel 1 with Yankee.
Sky travel 1 with Yankee, descend to flight level 180.
Descend to flight level 180, sky travel 1 with Yankee.
Sky travel 68, contact Zurich approach 124.7.
Contact Zurich approach 124.7, sky travel 68.
Swiss 4 Echo Tango, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, Swiss 4 Echo Tango.
Airbus 233, contact Munich radar 120.65, bye-bye.
Contact Munich radar 120.65, Airbus 233, bye-bye. Good evening Munich radar, Airbus 233, descending Bavaria 1 Alpha, flight level 301.
Airbus 233, 233, Munich radar identified.
Airbus 233, Munich radar, Airbus 233, descending Bavaria 1 Alpha, flight level 301. Good evening Munich radar, Airbus 233, descending Bavaria 1 Alpha, flight level 301. Airbus 233, Munich radar identified.
Lufthansa 6 Alpha Alpha, contact Munich arrival 120.78.
Contact Munich arrival 120.78, Lufthansa 6 Alpha Alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are just beginning our descent to Munich. We should be landing in around 20 minutes, and the seatbelt sign will be turned on in around 5 to 10 minutes. From the flight deck, we want to thank you for choosing Lufthansa to fly with today. We hope you enjoyed your journey on this very short hop from Charles de Gaulle to Munich. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. I will say something after we land and park to the gate. Thank you.
Lufthansa 3 Tango Tango, contact Munich arrival 128.03.
Contact Munich arrival 128.03, Lufthansa 3 Tango Tango.
Munich radar Transavia 87 Mike, flight level 370.
Transavia 87 Mike, Munich radar contact. Ryanair 60 Romeo Lima, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4, Ryanair 60 Romeo Lima.
Ryanair Victor India Munich radar, expect Galco 1 kilo runway 06.
Expect Galco 1 kilo runway 06, Ryanair Victor India.
Airbus 233, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reduce speed 180 knots. Airbus 233.
Austrian 188, Munich radar, expect van and 3 whiskey, runway 34.
Expect van and 3 whiskey, runway 34, Austrian 188.
Ryanair Victor India, contact London radar 127.6.
Contact London radar 127.6, Ryanair Victor India.
Airbus 233, contact Munich arrival 120.78.
Contact Munich arrival 120.78. Airbus 233. Munich arrival. Airbus 233, flight level 170. We have Sierra on board.
Airbus 233, Munich arrival. QNH 1016, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 08 right.
QNH 1016, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 08 right. Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, turn right, heading 135, actors for the approach.
Turn right, heading 135, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, turn right, heading 150.
Turn right, heading 150, Airbus 233.
Turn right, heading 180.
Turn right, heading 180, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, turn left, heading 170.
Turn left, heading 170, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, turn left, heading 140.
Turn left, heading 140, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, turn left, heading 130.
Turn left, heading 130, Airbus 233.
Turn left, heading 165.
Turn left, heading 165, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, 9 miles from DM441. Turn left, heading 100, maintain 5,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 08 right.
Turn left, heading 100, 5,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 08 right, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed, Airbus 233.
$2,500.
Lufthansa 6 Alpha Alpha, contact Munich Tower 120.505. Have a good evening.
Over to Tower 120.505, Lufthansa 6 Alpha Alpha, good day.
Airbus 233, established on final approach.
Airbus 233, affirm.
Munich arrival, EC64 Yankee Juliet, flight level 098, we have Sarah on board.
EC6 for Yankee Juliet, Munich arrival, QNH 1016, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 08 right.
QNH1016, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 08 right, CZ64 Yankee Juliet.
Airbus 233, contact Munich Tower 120.505.
Over to Tower 120.505, Airbus 233. Munich Tower, Airbus 233, ILS runway 08 right.
Airbus 233, Munich Tower, continue.
Roger, Airbus 233.
All aircraft be advised, information tango now current QNH1016. Baltic 8 Hotel Echo, contact Munich Radar 127.955.
Contact Munich Radar 127.955, Baltic 8 Hotel Echo.
City Air 2 X-ray Mike ready for departure, runway 08 right.
City Air 2 X-ray Mike Tower number 3 for departure.
Copy number 3 City Air 2 X-ray Mike.
De Gaulle approach, Airbus 233, good evening, 2,200 feet with the numbers.
Airbus 233 De Gaulle approach, QNH1015, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 08 right.
QNH1015, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 08 right, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, contact Munich Tower 120.505. Bye-bye.
Over to Tower 120.505, Airbus 233. Munich Tower, Airbus 233, ILS runway 08 right.
40. Airbus 233, Munich Tower, continue.
Roger, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, go around. Fly runway centerline, maintain 5,000 feet.
On the go. Fly runway centerline. Maintain 5,000 feet, Airbus 233.
Airbus 233, contact Munich arrival 120.78, speak soon.
Contact Munich arrival 120.78, Airbus 233.
ground Airbus 233. You need to make a taxi request and check the frequency for instructions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, very well welcome to Munich International Airport. The time here is just coming up to 8:46 in the evening. On behalf of the entire Lufthansa team, we want to thank you for choosing us to fly with today, and we hope to see you again very, very soon. Once again, thank you for choosing Lufthansa. We hope to see you again very, very soon. I'm very sorry for the slightly bumpy landing, just a little bit of wind, and we had to try and all the turns. ATC did hold us for a second, but yeah, we're fine now. Anyway, once again, on behalf of the entire Lufthansa team, we want to thank you for choosing us to fly with today, and see you later. And thank you for flying with us on board this Airbus A320. Thank you, bye now. Hello guys, thank you for watching the G-Gamer 101. Quite another successful flight today in the Fenix Airbus A320. Yeah, this will be the last, well, not the last, well, there's not going to be any more flights for the rest of this weekend. That's what I did on Friday, exams, but anyway, thank you for watching the G-Gamer 101, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.